Well, hey everyone, how you doing today? Thanks again for visiting my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. I wanted to talk today to you about something very interesting that happened about a week ago, right before John Podesta, a chief advisor to President Barack Obama, resigned his post. He sent out a series of tweets. One was what he thought was his greatest achievement while working for the administration, which was the establishment of the Pacific Islands Ocean Sanctuary, Big Island Ocean Sanctuary, to increase double the size of the Pacific Atoll ocean refuge for turtles and fish, because we know John Podesta is a staunch environmental advocate. The second tweet he sent out was what he said what his biggest regret was for 2014, and that happened to be, once again, not securing the disclosure of the UFO files. So what did he mean by that? You know, coming from an administration which has said on their website in response to a petition from the Paradigm Research Group that there was no evidence for extraterrestrial life in the universe as of yet, here we have one of his chief advisors, Barack Obama's chief advisors, now saying that that was his biggest regret of 2014, is not disclosing the UFO files. Now, before working for Barack Obama, John Podesta was President Bill Clinton's chief of staff. And if you know anything about how the White House works, the chief of staff actually runs the White House for the president and schedules his meetings and so forth. So the chief of staff is a very powerful position. And shortly after Clinton's presidency, John Podesta held his own press conference at the National Press Club, which is where the citizen hearing was held a few years ago, by the way, in 2013. And he held his own press conference there, asking for the disclosure of UFO files. He said it was the right thing to do, the American people deserved the truth, and it was the law. So he's a staunch advocate for UFO and extraterrestrial disclosure. And here, just a week ago, he says his biggest regret of 2014 is not disclosing the UFO files. Now, as you would expect, the media completely passed over this. It's either because they don't know what's going on, or they've been told not to talk about this topic, or maybe a combination of both. But I think it's a sign that we're going to be seeing more UFO disclosure in the near future, if this is one of the deepest regrets of a senior presidential advisor. I mean, you think there's so many issues out there that could come to the top of your mind if you had worked for the president and hadn't accomplished something in 2014. And if UFO disclosure is the top of your list, this must be a very important subject matter behind the scenes that we're not being told about, that the president perhaps has considered talking about, but for some reason decided not to. We don't know, but we know that one of his senior advisors, who just left the administration, thinks it's one of the most important issues. And interestingly enough, John Podesta retired from Obama's administration, not for any negative reasons or anything that would be scandalous or anything like that. He retired to, allegedly, we're told, work for Hillary Clinton's presidency campaign. Allegedly, is what we're being told. So this issue will not be going away now that he's going to work for Hillary Clinton. We know that this issue will be coming up again. And Hillary and Bill, during Bill's presidency, we know were interested in disclosing the evidence about this important subject. They initiated what was called Project Starlight with Lawrence Rockefeller, and got right to the edge of disclosing some important information, and then we're told they were asked not to do this anymore, either by the Pentagon or the intelligence establishment. So anyway, you can rest assured that this issue is starting to surface. We're seeing evidence of that, and stay tuned to this channel so we can find out what's going to be happening in the near future. Now, one more interesting thing is John Podesta's position has been taken over by a fellow named Deese, who is now Obama's senior advisor as of this moment in early 2015. If you go to Podesta's Twitter feed like I did, it's now been given over to Deese. It's no longer Podesta 44, it's now Deese 44, 44 being the 44th presidential administration. Okay, so this is why you won't find Podesta's Twitter feed intact as it was, but you can still see the tweet there if you go to Dees44. Okay, thanks very much. Thought you'd be interested in that, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.